the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party on the inspection and forensic auditing of ballot papers, as well as the bimodal voter registration accreditation system, BVAS, that was used in conducting the Saturday, February 25 presidential elections. Well, the Court of Appeal has just delivered ruling on the first case, which is the one that involves INEC and the Labour Party. And of course, you're seeing it scrolling there on the bottom of your screen. And let's read it directly to you that the Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal has granted the Labour Party and its presidential candidate, Peter Obi, permission to carry out digital and forensic inspection on the February 25, 2023 election materials. However, the prayer of Labour Party to stop INEC from further use of the machine was not granted by the court, as according to the court, it would affect the governorship and state house of assembly elections coming up this Saturday, 11th of March 2023. The order goes on that the INEC has been directed to avail a certified true copy of the data contained in the BVAS machine to the applicant, since it says that the data contained can be uploaded to the server and retrieved when necessary. So what that essentially means is that the INEC may still proceed with the conduct of the governorship election on Saturday, the 11th of March. Remember that there were fears that that election may be postponed if the court rules otherwise. But with the court ruling going on right now, of course, I've told you earlier that the one involving INEC and the Labour Party has just been settled. The court currently is still delivering ruling in the other application made by INEC against the application earlier granted to the PDP. So what essentially does all of this mean? Of course, let's keep you updated that we will be joining our correspondent in court later once the ruling is over, and of course take reactions from the lawyers who are right now inside the courtroom at the Court of Appeal here in Abuja. But let's have more expansive perspective to this. My colleague Teva Taf is here with me in the studio. Teva, it could have gone either ways.
Indeed, and it's almost like a long day wait for this ruling to come. And going by the reports that we also got on why it was delayed up to this moment, even with the ruling, Nigerians will still expect Independent National Electoral Commission to issue a statement or make a decision on whether Saturday's governorship and State Houses of Assembly election will go ahead. Recall that yesterday, the INEC lead counsel, Tanimu Inua, told the Court of Appeal that the Commission needs 5 days to reconfigure the over 170,000 BVAS machines. And if you need 5 days, and with this ruling you have barely 48 hours or thereabout to the elections, can the elections on Saturday still go ahead? That is a decision INEC needs to make at this moment.
Because it has 48 hours more or less.
Yeah, more or less.
Can it complete the reconfiguration within 48 hours? In fact, questions were being asked. The election, even if the order wasn't obtained as at last week Friday, could it have completed the reconfiguration of the machine within 7 days, because the order was granted on Friday.
On Friday, yes.
Between 7 days and when the election will hold. But another thing, Teva, is the fact that the court says, INEC, you are, whatever data is contained in the BVAS, you're uploading it to your server, so you can still avail the applicants these data. It takes us back to what happened in 2019 when we were told by INEC there was no server.
Yeah, indeed, 4 years of that. Recall that even in the petition handled by the tribunal at the time, and even the Supreme Court eventually, INEC insisted that there was no server, even though there were video reports of some of its officials saying there was a server, at the end. But the good thing is this time INEC says there is a server, and the court says, look, hence you have also told us that the data will be uploaded on that server. We can get back to it at the right time. But don't forget, it has also given INEC an order that it should provide a digital copies of what the Labour Party and its candidates is requesting for.
This is getting more interesting. We shall be joining the Court of Appeal very soon, bring you live feeds from the Court of Appeal very soon. We have our reporter there. Okezie Uzo is there at the Court of Appeal. The lawyers will soon be coming out of the court to take reactions from the ruling of the court. There you have it, live feeds coming from the Court of Appeal here in Abuja. Apparently, the ruling has almost been completed. The first ruling taken was that in the motion filed by INEC against the Labour Party.